if you have a rough scene where somebody's thrown this keychain at you and you're screaming, does recovery take a lot of time? How good is your switch on, switch off button, Sid?
It's broken.
It's too romantic to think of Ek Tarafa Pyar. So what are your views on love?
क्या होता था जिसको मैं करती थी प्यार, वो he would like my sister.
Oh, the Dimris, there is competition in the house. 1st of August, it's in theatres. I love the feeling of saying in theatres.
Yes. In theatres.
With so much of OTT happening. Dhadak 2, which is not a continuation from the first part, is a spiritual successor. I am very happy to talk to Sid and Tripti here today. My name is Hrishi K. Everybody who's watching, listening, the soundtrack is a banger. So please go and give the film a lot of love. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
You're looking $1 million. She can give credit to HRX.
Yeah.
I
Good
just
one.
saw that.
You know,
Good morning.
It's lovely to see Ritik and Tripti in one frame and then you and her in one frame.
Yeah.
Good-looking boys, you're not complaining.
Not complaining at all.
You know, as a lover of Tamil cinema, I like that adaptations are happening. You can't have the same film because the culture is very, very different.
Yeah.
But Perirum Perumal for me is Paranjit, who's a filmmaker with was a lot of respect down south for making films on discrimination. I wonder if you're aware of that legacy. Are you, Sid, Tripti, of the legacy of that?
We are aware, but I mean, you were told not to watch it.
Not to watch the
Good. Yeah, actually good. Yeah.
Yeah,
You have a fresh take on your characters.
Yeah.
2nd August is when I'm watching it.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch it, but my director was like, no, right now just
Focus on
yeah,
this.
focus on this right now. Because
Yeah, that's a very interesting approach, isn't it? I mean,
It
that
is.
Shazia would say, don't be influenced by anything, just bring Tripti to this role and bring Siddhant to this
Siddhant
role.
to this role. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she said. She said, I don't want you to pick anything from there because that's what you end up doing as
It's
actors.
such a wonderful film and very well performed. So you kind of start fanboying over things and you want to like steal things. You
and
know,
maybe
as
she didn't
actors.
want us to take the pressure because it was such a beautiful film is what I've been hearing from everywhere, and she didn't want us to take the pressure and just wanted us to be raw and real.
The intensity of a film like this is so apparent in the trailer. You have to have great switch off buttons not to feel that intensity outside. For example, if you have a rough scene where somebody's thrown this keychain at you and you're screaming, or you're tied to a track, these are not spoilers, these are all there in the trailer, or you are screaming, does recovery take a lot of time? How good is your switch on, switch off button, Sid?
It's broken.
Good one.
It's broken.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's not there anymore. It took me some time. It took me a lot of time. At least 3-4 months before the film to get into the world. But I still was like, theek hai. I've done films. Theek hai. Intensity is something which I like doing on screen. And I've done something like on this similar lines in Inside Edge as well. I play a boy from a small town who also deals with casteism. So I was like, theek hai. But then this world, Shazia, I think I often joke with her that after this film I was empty. I had nothing. I was like, yeah, it took me some time to kind of get out of it. A lot of time. Often what happens is that not only you're like professionally you're going through that, but personally it starts affecting you. It starts affecting your relationships. All of that happened. I lost so much giving into this film. And it was required, and I didn't realize, but subconsciously I was, as an artist, sadistically kind of enjoying it, that, whatever's happening, but it created a kind of a wave in everything. My personal life, professionally, obviously every day 12 hours, it's going to be that hectic, but after that, it actually took a toll, and I stopped seeing the lines. I started seeing the lines blur between everything. So it took some time. And also I was staying away from my parents that time. I was in Bhopal for 3 months. But because when I'm here with my parents, it's still kind of, my mom is my switch.
Security blanket.
Yeah, when she opens the door, it's my switch off. Ho gaya. Jaise ki, jao yahan jao. Like, it just reminds you of, everything. But here I was staying alone in a hotel room. And I remember, after the shoot, Tripti and the other guys used to sit down, have dinner, and, they used to often invite me, but and ek floor niche tha. I couldn't get out of the room. I just couldn't. I didn't feel like and it's not like I was doing anything, I was tired, I was sleeping. I was up all night till 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. is my shoot call. And I don't know what I was doing, and yeah, so fun. I like it.
What about you?
It does weigh on you, I won't lie, when you have scenes like these, and you know, all you have to remember is, in which I try to remind myself again and again, that this is a character that you're playing, you know, because I experienced this while I was doing Bulbul and Kala. You know, I got, you know, involved too much, and I would go back home and I would dream of the film. I could hear set noises while I was trying to sleep, but then that's when I was like, I can't let this happen, because there is much more to life. This is a part of my life, and you know, I can't. Pankaj sir, I spoke to him recently, and you know, he said a very beautiful thing, Pankaj Tripathi ji. He said, you know, every other job you just have to be mentally and physically present. Acting is one job where you have to be mentally, physically and emotionally present, and that takes...
Touche, Pankaj Tripathi.
Yes, and that takes a lot, you know, and that's why actors are so vulnerable. Yeah. And I think every actor goes through this, right? Whenever they have a scene like this, or whenever they have a subject like this, and you just have to remind yourself that it's a film and I'm going to just act and just be out of it, which is why it was important for me to go and chat with my friends and just disconnect a bit, because you know, you otherwise get too worked up. And
But you know, I also want to add that how lucky are we to be able to get an opportunity, and means, you know, talking about, you know, at least getting this opportunity to act. This is what we always dreamt of.
Exactly.
यार एक दिन, you know, when we used to watch films like that, like ऐसा ये intensity यार, मुझे भी जब पढ़ते थे हम लोग method acting ये सब करना है, and now we are getting it. So I do complaints. We love doing it.
Gratitude, such an
Gratitude
important.
is the right
Beautiful.
attitude.
I love that. I love that you would round this up with gratitude. I'm just so impressed. Lovely. Let's talk about the music. How banging is Bas Ek Dhadak? Simply because the famous lyric is Bas Ek Sanam Chahiye. Sanam ke pehle dil ka dhadakna zaruri hai. So I think what Rashmi Virag has done lyrically is beautiful. And obviously, I mean, the fact that you get a Shreya Ghoshal and a Jubin Nautiyal means you get a very beautiful mixture of classic, of the old and the new. And I'm sure it's on your car stereos, your phones.
Everywhere.
All of you are watching, listening. Z Music Company, the YouTube channel and streaming services. Go and check it out. Talk to me about what the song did to you. Yeah.
It's a beautiful one. Yeah.
She didn't have it, I had it.
And I took it from him 2 days ago. I said, send it to me right now. I want to hear it. But I've always, you know, loved Shreya ma'am. I've been a huge fan. And it's such an honor that she's, you know, she's giving voice to my character. It's such a beautiful thing, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And I hope that keeps happening, because she just sounds like...
She's magical. She is.
You get goosebumps whenever she sings. And
And that Pahadi boy is not too bad either, Jubin.
Oh my God, he's...
I love him. I have followed his music since, I think, and he has, I think, one more song in our film.
Yeah? Oh, we can't.
Yeah, they haven't released it as yet. Yeah, there is one more. It's called Bavaria, but it will come. They're dropping one by one.
Snippet of it in the trailer.
Yeah. And there's also a teaser which is dropped, which is Pre-Tre.
Yes.
Which I think again is
Darshan Rawal.
The little bit that we're hearing. I mean, Darshan Rawal is so famous in Gujarat. The girls tear his clothes off during Dandiya.
Really?
He's a, as you say, K-pop, he's a G-pop star.
He's a G-pop star.
He has a blue army, you know, and I've seen his live shows. I've seen, like, you know, snippets of, oh my God, this guy's a rock star. And how charming is he? Like the way he carries himself, and I mean, that and his voice being obviously magical again.
And I love the fact that again what Rochak has done is he's taken Jonita and he's combined her voice with Darshan. Because the template is, if you have Shreya, you should have Sonu. Let's do a Shreya Sonu duet. Why can't you combine a classic artist with a relevant modern day artist, which I think is very beautiful for your soundtrack. And
It is.
I think Dharma does that because they have a music supervisor in-house, which is Azim Dayani.
Azim is so good.
It's your second project. You guys have worked with Dharma before, you too.
Yes.
So you know that the emphasis on music is a lot.
Yeah,
Must be very heartening.
And the song that's going to come out is again very beautiful. It'll take you back to your college days, which was the aim with the song.
Preet Ray.
Preet Ray.
Yeah, that's the one we're talking about with Darshan and
Yes.
so. Is it a distinct advantage to have lived in smaller towns before you come to a big metropolis? There are lots of very urban actors who will take time getting into these two characters because they've only lived a big metropolis life. Is it easier having lived a few years in Balia? Is it easier not having lived in Bombay all your life to bring small town centricity? Because an actor is a reflection of his circumstances. Would you like to start?
Of course, it is an advantage because you've grown up in a certain environment, and from a very young age you start observing a lot. And we've been lucky that we were. I was in Delhi, and I would keep going to Uttarakhand, which is my hometown, and
Jubin State. You and Jubin are
yes,
from the same state.
me and Jubin are from the same place. We keep chatting on Instagram about. We're very happy about each other.
Yeah.
I mean, it is an added advantage. You get to learn so much from real people, and you observe a lot from the situations you're in, and I think it is, of course, an advantage for an actor.
It should be a mandate for I think every actor to have lived amongst in every kind of state, region, seasons. We have so many seasons. Eat food. Food is also a connecting, emotionally connecting thing to your brain. If I'm eating diet food all my life, I feel ये ज़बान से बहुत connection दिल का भी होता है. I feel it's very important to taste India before you taste stardom.
I find it very interesting that both of you are playing young lawyers eventually, I mean from college.
Yeah.
Because to me, all the ill effects of civil society, what has been shown in Dhadak too, I think the answer lies in us as society, but the law is a very important aspect to play in it, because we turn to the law when all else fails, saying,
Exactly.
bacha lo. And I think that's really wonderful. And you must have enjoyed that. You must have enjoyed that your characters, apart from the whole love angle, are also involved there.
Yeah, exactly. Also made us realize that we should have studied in college.
Because you should have studied, you've gone to college.
There's so much you don't know, as actors, when we were on set and we were given new terms every day, we were like, what is this? And we got to learn so much during the whole shooting process. And I think it was a brilliant thing that happened because, usually you just get characters who are just, there's no profession given to you or there's no, you're not doing anything in the film. But here, there was something attached to us and it just gives more depth to the character, I feel.
You want to add to that, Sid? Yeah? Law terminology, or just stuff you learned.
I feel, I think law in this film, I think is a fifth character. I feel, the first two being obviously us, Nilesh, Vidhi, then Bhopal, and then, the romance. But I think the fifth one is the law. It's a very real world where there are consequences, there are, things which happen with the characters. And law is a very important part of my journey because that's why Nilesh BLLB doesn't say so,
yes,
but
it says a lot. That one dialogue is just great writing.
Yeah.
And you delivered it also in a very way. Amongst the new crop of actors, I love the two of you. I mean, you have a lot of depth, but you all know that you can't survive as an ocean by just being two actors. Talk about Vipin Sharma, talk about Saad.
Yeah.
These are all powerful actors who are in the ensemble. You want to start on that?
I think they're brilliant actors, man, and it's a privilege that we got an opportunity to work with them. Saad, if you meet him, he's done his job so beautifully.
You think he's going to take off further after this movie, right?
He should. He definitely will.
Saad, Priyank Tiwari.
Aditya
My God, I just had a
Thackeray.
deja vu moment. Ranveer Singh talking about Siddhant Chaturvedi Triptii Dimri. Ranveer came alone for the first interview. And we were all like, when are we getting this boy? Because he came in the second phase of interviews. And Ranveer said, there is this boy called Siddhant Chaturvedi. Bro, he's going to blow your mind. Continue.
He will. And when you meet these people, you don't because we would meet as friends, we would faff, we would joke around all day. But when they would come on screen in front of the camera and act, oh my God, you would literally get goosebumps. And I've seen the film, Siddhant has seen it too. Just such different personalities, and that's what's beautiful because they're just so raw, so real, and just very magical on screen.
Yeah, you want to speak about anybody? Vipin, person who plays your mom?
Vipin sir and I had a lot of like intense moments in the film.
Yeah.
There was a scene after that we couldn't stop crying for like half an hour.
Wow.
We sat outside and we just crying. We don't know why. The scene hit us so deep. And he was part of our workshop
He
as
even
well.
did our,
He
workshop.
conducted our workshop as well. So we bonded. I mean, Shazia made sure we all bond very well. And with Vipin sir, I think I had a different connection, in the film. When you watch the film, you'll know why. Saurabh Sasdeva.
And he's also an acting teacher.
He's my acting coach.
Oh, wow.
He's who I learned acting from.
So cool.
Again, that guy, I think you have to, 3 names if I have to say. I mean, see, Vipin sir and Saurabh sir obviously established. They are going to be definitely blowing your mind.
Good.
But I think Saad, Priyank Tiwari and Aditya Thackeray, these 3 guys, watch out for these 3
They will
guys.
surprise
They're
you
so good.
with their performance.
My last question is about love. The overriding feeling of love. And I'm so glad you were surrounded by it in this film.
Yes.
Karan Johar at the trailer launch spoke about love.
A lot about love.
You know, Shazia, the way she's protected you and nurtured you is about love. How do you guys feel about love? About ek tarfa pyar? Some people say, yaar, ek tarfa pyar mein to kya farak padta hai? It's love. Some people say, no, it has to come back, otherwise what's the point? It's too romantic to think of ek tarfa pyar. So what are your views on love? Ek tarfa as well as love coming back. Let's start with you.
क्या होता था जिसको मैं करती थी प्यार वो he would like my sister and I would be like,
Oh, the
left
Dimris,
with
there is
my-
competition in the house.
So I could not even hate on her because she was my
So
sister.
sweet.
But I think it's a very special feeling, man. Love is love. I think with love you can change everything. Love is very, very powerful. Love is also friendship. Love, I believe in this fact that love is friendship.
प्यार
If you can,
दोस्ती है.
प्यार दोस्ती है.
Yeah.
And if you can't be friends with the person you're with, there's, you can never be, because friendship is something that'll, stay for life. We've seen our parents growing up. They would fight, they would, get into arguments, but at the end of the day, they would sit and have their chai together. That is what love is for me, finding that comfort in each other and understanding each other totally so that you don't have to, put on a face for the other person. You go through so many emotions, so many things in life, so many ups and downs. If that person is understanding all your moods, all your ups and downs, then that is the person for you, I feel.
I always feel that you fall in love, I think, 4 times in your life. First one is very passionate, junoon. The second time, it's like when you're trying to make it right, it's, you get stuck up in that, I cared. Third one is, you finally find that person when you're not actually looking for that person, sukoon. And the fourth one is basically when you realize that, why am I looking for someone? It's me who I have to, basically live with all my life, and eventually you fall in love with yourself, and then whoever joins you as your companion. When I was young, I wanted to मुझे जवान होना था किसी के साथ, सारी चीज़ें वो करनी थी, that passion was there. So it keeps varying, and that there are times when you meet that one person at different stages of your life, and you keep bumping into that one person and बोलते हैं यार soul connection है हमारा यार, that also happens. So I think प्यार एक कोई, it's not one dimensional. I feel there's so many factors about it, I feel.
The feelings on love is as beautiful as this film and its soundtrack. 1st of August in theatres, Dhadak 2, music on Z Music Company, the YouTube channel, on radio stations, as well as streaming services. Sid, Tripti, all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
much.
much. Thank you so much, sir.
94.3 Radio 1.